Aloha everybody, welcome to Blissology on Demand. This class is called Spring into Bliss, and we go deep in this class. We start off with some very fluid movements, super flow movements to get you loose and free. We do our surf check, when we do nice fluid lunges, and then we get into a beautiful routine concentrating on a stretch of the adductors, and then you'll love that work. And then we get deep into our hips, our side body. We throw in some arm balances there to keep you strong and fit. And of course, we always add in, at the end of every Blissology on Demand class, you'll always see that no matter how much the intensity builds up or not, it always ends with and R and rest and relaxation. So you're going to definitely get a little time in Shavasana to unwind, deep stretch at the end, and we will also end with meditation. So have a cushion and a block ready for this one. So let's start, everybody, with that in mind. We're going to spring into bliss. I'm feeling so freaking awesome, and I can't wait to share this awesomeness with you all. Okay, so downward dog. Spread the fingertips out. Activate the hand arch, palm arch we call it. Bend your knees, and then slowly press your pelvis up and away. Now keep your knees slightly bent and just really feel that there's hands behind you that are pulling your hips up and back. And when you get the up and back with the hips, you should get lots of traction in your lower back. And now find deep diaphragmatic breaths, which means you're breathing down low into the pelvic bowl when you breathe in to make your spine longer. And a relaxing exhalation out. Now, like your heels are growing roots towards the floor, press them down as you straighten through the legs. Breathe in, downward dog is a whole universe. And breathe out. Do it again, breathe in nice and deep. And let all the breath out of the body. One more long breath in. And one more deep exhalation out. Now, come to the top of the mat. Lengthen through the spine. Fold forward and get a nice deep stretch. Let something out. Now inhale, reach your arms up high. And exhale, let your hands come down. Now this is my right foot. Step open to the right, or whatever way you can see me. Step to the long side of your mat. All right, you may have done these before, but these are beautiful surf check warm-ups. I did this for about 7 or 8 years every morning when I woke up. So your knees have a little bend. Soften down. Connect to your front belly. Broaden your back. And as you inhale, straighten the legs, the hands come up. Now open the mouth and make a ha sound as the hands come down. Slow, knees back. Inhale, come up again, get into your energy body, broaden the back. Exhale, press your hands slowly towards the floor. Go one more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Now inhale at the top, arch back, straighten your legs, and you're lifting your pubic bone. And more particularly here, you're kind of opening up to the sky, just taking in that download. And bend your knees, bring your hands back over your heart. Now we're just going to funkatize something outside of what we normally do. Turn your toes more to the side, bring your hands on your knees, and just because we're getting to the adductors today, use a little bit of pressure on your lower thighs to press your knees out and back. And then to start with, we're going to kind of lift your sit bones up in the back like a booty pop. Now that's going to get into one area of the adductors. Now we're doing the opposite. Still keep pressing your knees back And try now, lift your pubic bone in the front as you lengthen your tailbone down. So we're getting into these inner adductors. Breathe into it, breathe in. You can move around a little bit. You don't have to be static. Energy likes to move. Now straighten your legs. Arch back, breathe in. And bend the knees, bring the hands back over the heart. Now inhale, reach your arms up. Now this is my right hand. Bend your right leg and sink down. Now if your knee's a little bit sore, stay right there, but you can come all the way down if you feel a little bit more mobile. Come up. Actually, it's more about the health of your knees. If it doesn't feel good for your knee, don't lower down. Hook your left hand, bend your left leg, sink down, breathe out. Your toes can lift up. Inhale, one more time each side. So we call this dragon lunge. Sink down, breathe out. Inhale, back to center. Protect your knees. Make a hook, sink down. Now inhale, come up. You're bringing your left hand to the inside of the right foot, the right arm back. Okay, position one, we call barrel lunge. Now we're turning on the feet and facing the front of the mat. So your right knee's 1 inch from the floor and we're in Anjani Asana. And we alternate. Breathe out, go back to that barrel lunge, left hand, right foot, right arm back, breathe out. Inhale, sweep the floor with the right hand. We come into Anjani, low lunge. Exhale to the back. Inhale. Anjani. Take a breath in, stay here. And take an amazing breath out. Now, throw your right hand down. Lift the knees up off the floor and turn into a triangle pose. Go back to where you were. Circle your right hand down and back onto the sagittal plane. Low lunge, breathe in. Throw the right hand down, triangle pose, facing the coronal plane, breathe out. Go one more time, inhale. Let the right hand guide the movement, throw it down, turn, breathe out. Stay 2 breaths. 1, epic, 2. Now reverse triangle, not revolve, reverse, left hand's up, right hand, right thigh, breathe in. Bring your left hand down and the right hand over the head as you breathe out. Inhale, reverse up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand over the head, breathe out. Good. Last time, come on up. New pattern. Turn towards the front, bend your left knee and let your right heel lift up. Now like a dolphin, arch back, dolphin shape of the spine. Breathe out, stick your tongue out, hands press out. Inhale, arch back. Now any negativity, any disease, press it out and away. Press, press, press. Right hand down, left hand back. Okay, so this is where we started. And we're going to flow now onto the next side. Breathe out. Towards the right foot, slowly, left knee's on the floor. Reach your left hand up, breathe in. And it's really simple once you get the pattern. Turn back into that barrel lunge. Right hand to the inside of the left foot. Inhale to the front or the back. Arch, reach up. Exhale, right hand, left foot. Last time, go into that low lunge. Stay 2 breaths. 1. Exhale. 2. Now throw your left hand down, turn to the side, Trikonasana triangle. Ready? Circle your left hand down, come into that low lunge, breathe into your left quadricep. Breathe out and turn. It's a real breathing exercise, everyone. One more time. Fluidity is an important skill that we lose with age. And then turn to the side, breathe out. Triangle. Stay 2 breaths, unlocking the inner leg. Reverse your triangle, breathe in. Bring right hand down, left hand over the head, breathe out. So breathe in again. You can do a little bit more side bending than we normally do. Breathe out, but try and get the pelvis moving. Last time, breathe in. Then we turn really fluidly back into this lunge, pressing away negativity. Inhale, arch back, breathe in. Exhale, press out and away. Just can't live in that negative way, says Bob Marley. Breathe in again. And exhale, press out and away. Now turn both feet parallel-ish. Again, cactus your arms. And bend your knees, bring your hands back over the heart. Amazing. Now inhale, reach your arms up. Turn your palms skywards. And as you breathe out, slowly bring your right hand down towards your left foot. Left arm towards the sky. Don't park. Come back up. Hands are open, receptive to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand goes upwards towards the sky. Go one more time. Inhale, so we increase our motion while we are in motion. As opposed to static stretching, right hand down, left hand up. One more time. Inhale, palms open. Left hand down, right hand upwards towards the sky. Now inhale, open up again. And when you breathe out, bend your knees, bring your hands over your heart. Now we're going back to a dragon lunge all the way to the floor. Reach up. Now I'm going to hook my right hand and sink down. If I have a sore knee, I only sink down this low. But otherwise I can go all the way to the floor. Now my left heel is the anchor. I want to get into this left inner groin. So I'm pressing my right knee out, and I might get my right inner adductor opening as well. I can reach my left arm up. If for any reason you have more range of motion and need more intensity, you can clasp the hands. And you're still pressing out your right knee. Trying to drag your hips, shift your hips away from the left foot. Now from here, remove the clasp if you did it. Remember the barrel lunge? I want you to super smooth transition with the right hand down, left arm back. Now the transition is super simple. We just slowly turn back into the lunge. Okay, so my left leg is bent. Same action, my right heel is the anchor, and then I'm using my elbow to get my weight shifting away from it. Knee goes out, so I get into the adductors. So I want to pull the thighs towards the midline. Now I'm pulling them away. I can reach my right arm up for a bit more intensity. This left heel can come up, but try and press it down. You can clasp the hands behind you. Breathe in. Breathe out, open up your shoulders. Do it again. From here, we transition. I want you to get like jungle cat style. Slow as you can, turn into that barrel lunge. The right arm goes back. Now bring both feet parallel. Breathe in. Fold forward and stretch. Now bend your knees, breathe in, look up. Now straighten your legs and pull the sit bones up high. Now breathe in again and breathe out. Lengthen your neck. Now just notice if you use your adductors just a little, glute minimus, small muscle in the front of the legs to roll the thighs in, then it feels like your sit bones are spreading wide like a Japanese fan. Use that. Breathe in and breathe out. Now I'm turning towards the front of my mat. So I'm turning slowly towards my left foot in this case, and I'm pressing back into a nice downward facing dog. Breathe in. Those are our super flow warm-ups, and breathe out. Now, breathe in, come into a plank position. As you breathe out, bring your knees to the floor, keep the hands on the floor, and shift back into like a child's pose. Now ripple forward into a cobra. Breathe in. And breathe out, press back into a downward dog. Now I want you to get this, stay just one more breath. I want you to really get a nice ripple every time you move in your spine. So it's really graceful. Chin in the chest, ripple forward, breathe in. Knees to the floor, shift back and breathe out. Child's pose variation, but the hands stay rooted. Come through into a cobra, Bhujangasana, arm pressure pose, breathe in. And press on back, downward dog. Lift your right leg now upwards towards the sky. Whole new pattern, you're gonna love this. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Now, as your arms go up, you synchronize the left knee going down and the hips going forward. Now, like a revolved triangle, slowly bring your left hand down and your right hand circles up. Okay, there. Now we're going to go into a lizard lunge. So as you go like bowling with your right hand, circle it down, lift your right foot up, right toes up, and turn your right foot towards the right. Now foot and stretch. That's the pattern. Right leg up, one leg dog, lower down, chaturanga, up and over the toes. We're just slowly building up the intensity. And back we go, downward dog. One leg up like you're doing a taekwondo kick. Press your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot, breathe out. 4 movements. Inhale, we'll do it one breath, one movement. Arch up, right knee hovers like a revolved triangle. Right hand down, left hand circles upwards towards the sky. Turn your left foot towards the left. Roll your thigh open as the left hand circles forward. Straighten your left leg into pyramid pose. Stretch, press back. Left leg up high. Breathe in. Lower down, eccentric contraction. Chaturanga. Up and over the toes. Breath in. And glide back, downward dog. Ready? Right leg up. One more round. Right foot forward. Super fluid. 4 movements. Left knee down, arch on Johnny. Left hand inside of right foot. Right arm circles back. Keep your right arm in orbit. Bend your right leg, circle it outwards, so open up, toes out to the right. Now turn your right foot forward and stretch, breathe out. Right leg up high, lower down, chaturanga. Up and over the toes, breathe in, and glide on back, downward dog. Left leg up high, take a breath. Step your left foot forward. Drop your right knee down, hover. Right hand to the floor, left hand circles up and back. You should have the pattern now. Lizard lunge, roll your left thigh open. Lean your head right, breathe out. Exhale, hands come to the left foot, stretch and let it go. Pyramid. Left leg up high, breathe in. Lower down, chaturanga, you're looking strong. Up and over the toes, upward dog, there it is. And downward dog, press on back. Breathe in. And everybody breathe out, let it go. Now lift your right leg high, upwards towards the sky. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Come up into warrior 1 just for a second. And just touch your inner right thigh, just so you remind yourself that's going to be our target for about the next 4 minutes. Turn into warrior 2. Now reverse your warrior. So your right knee is pressing out, left hand's going down the left thigh. You're using the back of the left hamstring to pull the knees in opposition. Sink down, breathe in, lengthen your tailbone. Breathe out. Do it again. All right, we're moving to triangle pose, but do it really slow and systematically. All right, do you remember the 5 steps? Roll your right thigh in so your butt sticks out. I know you're not supposed to do that. But side tilt your pelvis. And then the next step is to brace. Use your elbow to brace. You're using your right deltoid muscle to brace your inner right thigh at the knee. Now, scoop the right hip under as you zip the pelvis and the rib cage together. Really get a side tilt now. So my tailbone, I'm trying to tilt it towards the floor. I stay long through the crown. The last thing is I breathe in and then press your pelvis back far. So it's like you're dragging your right sit bone away from the right heel. Now open your arms up and I hope you feel your medial hamstrings, inner adductors, breathe into them. Reach through the head and breathe out. Now reverse your warrior. Double shock on that one. Now, half moon. Right fingertips to the floor. Start with your right leg bend. Lift your left leg up.
Really stay focused on your left big toe bone. Now, again, bend your right leg, and then I want you to turn your left leg upwards towards the sky as much as possible. Pubic bone. Keep lengthening and breathing. Now we're bringing the left ankle on the right knee for standing pigeon. Okay, left ankle, right knee. Now, don't turn, but I'm going to turn towards you so you can see me a bit better. I want you to do something today, like a football touchdown. I want you to just kind of frame and smush, like a vice almost, your left foot with your right forearm. And I want you to really take pressure with your foot. Okay, now that's stabilizing your knee. Now start to really add hip flexion. You're trying to bring the front of the pelvis towards your thigh, and then drag your left hip back in particular. Breathe in. Breathe out. There it is. Do it again. All right, you ready? Hold your left big toe bone, and left big toe. We're going up to vertical. Don't get confused because I'm facing you. Still keep facing the front. I'm pressing the left foot out and away, but I'm using muscles on the side hip to create that tug of war, so I stretch my inner leg. Right arm up. Breathe in. Don't give up. Breathe out. Now slowly from here, come into a half moon one more time. I know you feel your right leg. That's intentional. Now reverse your warrior. Come on up. Now this whole right leg can get a nice stretch because we're going back into this low lunge. So I only come to here. Okay, so this is again what we call our dragon lunge, or you can sink all the way down if your knee is okay. Let's go 2 more times. Come forward, up, reverse warrior. Super flow style, sink down, breathe out. You can make Bruce Lee sounds if you want to. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hiya, lower down. All right, stay here. What I want us to do next is, if it's okay, bring your left knee to the floor, and now the top of the foot onto the floor. Now, our whole target here is the inner right thigh. You're gonna love this. Okay, we did this one when we were warming up. Roll your right thigh in, stick your butt out. Now I'm leaning way far forward. I'm trying to get as low as possible. Now I'm going to bring, and go ahead with me, bring your right elbow to your inner right thigh. Now scoop your right hip under as you connect the front ribs. Okay, so you can sit on your left heel if your knee's okay, but don't let your right hip hit the floor. Now add a side tilt to the pelvis. So I'm really trying to pour this imaginary pitcher of water over my right thigh. Breathe in. Now ready, aim, fire. Pull that right sit bone back. Now if you have the range of motion, you can just reach your left hand over your head. And if you have a bit more opening, you can hold your right foot. Right hand can come on the left knee. Breathe in. Relax and breathe out. Do it again. All right, how is that for your inner leg? Take your left hand on the floor behind you, left hand, and we're trying to lift up into a stargazer. Okay, now we're facing the back. Bring your right hand down and press back into a downward dog. If you missed that transition, we're now facing the back of the mat. All right, high five everybody, because we're ready for the next side. Left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Come into a warrior one, just for a little coach pep talk. That was amazing. I hope you feel this in your inner thigh. It's gonna be beautiful. Warrior two. Really feel this tailbone sinking down. Now reverse your warrior. Again, pull your right thigh back. Using your outer left kind of quad muscle to pull your knee to the side. Breathe in. Open your toes, breathe out. One more time. Now from here, slowly, straighten your left leg. Do you remember the steps? Step 1, thigh rolls in, butt sticks out. Lean far forward, come down as low as you can and make elbow pressure with your inner thigh. Step 3 is going to be to scoop your left hip under the body as you use your lower abdominals to connect your pelvis and rib cage. Use your right oblique muscle here. Okay. Now, Next step is to side tilt the pelvis. Next step from here is to shift your hips back. Pull your hips back. Now uncurl the arms last. And I hope you feel your inner leg. Breathe into it. Breathe tightness out. Open your toes. Root down through the feet, toes. Now reverse your warrior. Come on up. That was epic. Okay, half moon. Left fingertips land slowly on the floor. Press out slowly through your right leg, uncurling the arms. Open up, breathe. Okay, now we're coming into standing pigeon. So I'm bringing my right ankle on my left knee. This will be good to help your left standing leg. Take a little break here. Now I'm going to, again, like a vice, press my forearms into my right knee and my right foot. Now I'm pressing my toe mound of the right foot into my forearm of the left arm. And I reach my head forward. And I go up and over the hip joints. Okay, up and over my femur heads with my pelvis. And now I start to pull the sit bones back. So I get into the glute muscles, glute maximus. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your chest can start to come down onto your thigh. If you're more open, keep long in the spine. Breathe in one more time. All right, now we're going into the adductor. So hold on to your right big toe. Press out and away with your right leg. Left arm up. So it's like a little handstand. Upside down. Connect the front pelvis. Breathe in 2 more times. You got it. Breathe out. 1 more. Now go back into half moon. Right foot lands on the floor, reverse it back. And then gracefully sink down. Reverse warrior, shift forward. Now I want you to get as fluid as possible. Like a wave, you come towards the left knee and then back. You go forward and then reverse up. Exhale down. Now park it here. Bring your right knee to the floor. Turn the right foot down. So if your knee is sore, you're staying up high like this. Okay, don't worry about bringing your butt towards your heel. If you're more open, by the way, with your right thigh, you open it up more to the side. Okay, that will help. All right, we're going to get into this left hip, left adductor. Thigh rolls in. So the angle of the toes is in. I think you might know the pattern by now. I'm going to press my elbow into my thigh, and then I create resistance, and under that resistance, it's like I have an ice cream scoop on my left hip. I scoop it under, and I add that side tilt, and I pull back with my left sit bone. And now I start to lean more in, so the weight's to the inside of my left leg. And if I'm a little bit more open, I reach my right arm. And if you're still more open, you can take left hand on right knee and right arm around for the left foot. Breathe in. Keep pulling your left sit bone back. Breathe out. Hyperextendable people, make sure your knee doesn't get too hyperextended. Breathe in. Press your heel 1 more time. And all breath out. Right arm up. Land your right hand on the floor behind you. Stargaze, open up, stretch the front body, and then press back. Downward dog, hips go up high. We're facing the front now. All right, it's time for a block party. Step your left foot forward. Bring both feet parallel. Have your block ready. Okay, if you don't have a block, just grab anything, a book. Okay. Start with the feet fairly wide. We're doing what we call Prasarita Padottanasana. Bend your knees slowly, interlace your hands, pull your arms up over top of the body. Won't need that block yet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now try and lift your sit bones up. Imagine you're on a wall, your butt, and try and get the sit bones up the wall. Breathe in. You're turning your hip flexors on to do that. Breathe out. Now hands come to the floor. Bend your knees for a second. Time, we're going to do twice. I'm just going to let you know we're going to do 2 times the middle splits. Okay, middle splits we call Samukkonasana. So I have my block up high. the long side. I mean, maybe you might not even get there. I'm not sure. It took me a long time to get here. I've been doing this consistently for like 35 years or so, this pose. I used to do a lot of martial arts. Okay, so breathe into this. And here, I'm basically at about 60% of my maximum. Okay, so again, I told you we're going to do it twice. So only go just 60% of your maximum stretch. Breathe in. We'll go deeper second time, trust me. Breathe out. Don't shock your body. It needs to be able to soften. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out. Now I want you to try and turn on your IT bands and your side glute muscles just for a second. Breathe in. Soften your mouth as you breathe out. One more time. When you breathe in, I want you to expand your adductors. Go again. You got it. This is our last breath. And breathe on out. Amazing. Heel toe the feet together. Heel toe. Turn slowly towards your left foot. And we'll press back into a downward dog. Okay, something I've been doing a lot in my practice are handstand push-ups. So I want you to develop this strength, okay? This is going to be good for your chest muscles. And we're going to try 5. Not handstand, you can do handstand push-ups if you want to. But if you just watch, I squeeze my elbows in and I try and get my head out. The challenge is how far out can you get your head? And then press back to a downward dog. And if it feels hard, it's supposed to be. Go again. Don't be a wimp, but don't hurt your shoulders. And press back. Go a few more times. Breathe in. Head comes forward. And breathe out. I wish I could tell you all the benefits for aging well. Do 2 more times this pose. Breathe in. If you can't do it well, you got to do more of it. Press back. 1 more time. I want you to the forehead all the way to the floor if you can. And then back, downward dog. Pause. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now bring the knees to the floor. The science of this is we're going to now open up the chest muscles we just strengthened in camel. Come up. We call camel a back bend, but really it's bringing the shoulders deep into extension. Okay, so you're going to open up. You're going to bring your hands now down onto the heels or just keep them on your thighs. 4 counts. 1. Chest forward, pelvis forward. 2. 3. Arms up. Okay. Bring the elbows onto the floor. You can let the elbows go out. We're going to warm up for like a forearm stand preparation. You don't have to go into full forearm stand today, okay? I know there's many levels, but I would love for you at least to do dolphin pose. Okay, so your forearms don't have to be parallel to each other, but try and connect your adductors, adductor muscles, which is your chest muscles. Now lift your tailbone up. Walk your feet in. Now, if you're happy there, just stay there. If that's your challenge, stay there. Do not go into forearm stand if you don't feel like it, okay? So trust yourself. Make sure you don't take out any furniture. Your head never hits the floor. You can just lift up one leg. If you want to come all the way up, go. Just breathe. Eventually, the chin comes into the chest in this one. Come back down. Hopefully, you didn't take out any furniture there. And the science here, the art of sequencing is going back into camel. Again, we just strengthen the chest muscles a fair bit. Okay, so we had the arms flexed over the head and squeezing in. So now we're going to do the opposite motion. Camel, 3 more counts. 1, breathe deep and slow. 2, arms up. Hands come down onto the floor. Press on back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, step your left foot again. Turn. And I think about 4 or 5 minutes ago I made a promise to you. And here it is. Adductor stretch. We had the block this way. You may want to keep it that way. You can turn your toes up for this, but if you want to turn your block a different direction, go for it. Don't worry about the endpoints. Again, we're doing sensation-guided attunement, so don't worry if your hips are on the floor. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Do it again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, you might hate me now, but you'll love me later for this one. Breathe into your groins. Sequence something out. Open your mouth. Let the softness out. Do one more time. I'm with you. And breathe out. All right, let's heel toe the feet together. Strike that off your to-do list. Turn towards the left foot and press back, downward dog. Breathing in deep and pressing back nice and deep. Now, take your right leg, lift it up. We're almost done, okay? Almost done. Take your right foot, step it forward. Reach both arms upwards towards the sky. We're in a high lunge. So I think you can feel the intensity on the inner adductors. What I'm doing here to sequence that is to now get opening through the outer hip. So revolved, prayer, twist. Bring your elbow slowly, left elbow around your right leg. I'm pressing my knee and elbow together. We did this in our last practice. I'm going to press my right hand into my left palm and lengthen out through the crown. And I'm just, everything below the belly button is going back. Breathe in. Turning my shoulders up. Breathe out. If you want to take a deeper hand position, do it now. Okay. Hands to the floor. Now, to option A, side plank. Option B, hold your right big toe, Vashisthasana, turn to the little toe of the left foot. Reach your right leg upwards towards the sky. All that leg opening, inner groins are going to help for this. Keep breathing. Breathe out. I'm with you. Now step your right foot forward into a lunge. And after all that work, we can relax into something pigeon. Walk the right foot over towards the left. Breathe in. Now shift your hips back. Breathe out. It's funny, I bought a heart rate monitor. And for this yoga, it's interesting. It's different than cardiovascular work in the sense that I'm actually trying to slow my heart rate down even in the intensity. So breathe in again. Slow your heart rate down. Breathe out. Now breathe into your right hip and breathe out. Now I just want you to close your eyes and feel where your heart is more or less in the center of your chest. Every time you breathe in, I want you to feel you're kind of squeezing it like a sponge. Breathe in. And actually it's the out breath where we really squeeze the heart with the diaphragm. Breathe out, ribs. Expand your chest cavity when you breathe in. And breathe out. Just give a little squeeze to your heart. Soften. Let the right hip come onto the floor. Draw the right heel in. Take the left foot up and over. We're hitting Ardha Matsyendrasana. All right, so this is my left knee up. I'm going to cradle my left leg. Pull the left hip back. Imagine someone pressing on the crown as the left sit bone goes down. You can bring your shoulder or elbow around the knee. Breathe in. And breathe out. Slow your breath down. Breathe in again, calm. And breathe out. Now we've got one more pose to go in the sequence, and that's to bring both feet together. It's going to be hard because I'm facing away from you, but we're going to hit a side crow. So your fingertips are going to point towards the left here, okay, not forward for the side crow. So I'm bringing my right elbow around my left leg. Try and point your fingertips towards the left, and at least try coming into this position. I know my back's towards you, but at least come into this position, and then lean towards the left hand if you want to come up, but you don't need to go that far. Okay, side crow. Now bring your feet to the floor, and shift on back. All right. Heels are on the floor. Paschimottanasana, lift up and the hips go back. Lean forward nice and slow. And you can just stay here. If you can take your hands on your feet, great, but keep the pull back through the sit bones. Relax your eyes. And before we do our other side, this pose, just let the breath slow and calm you down. And breathe out again. Do it again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now, before we do our other side, since it's our adductor day, draw your heels in, Baddha Konasana. I just want to see if we can try a different approach. A, press the feet. B, unorthodox, but as you press your knees down, I want you to lift your hips up off the floor. And if you want more stretch, bring your hips towards your heels. Now, keep pulling the knees down. And your pubic bone's here. I want you to feel that when you bring your hips towards the floor, you're going to draw your pubic bone back. So you're on more the front edge of the sit bones. Now take the hands on the feet. Go up. Use your elbows to press your thighs and shins down. Breathe out. Go again. Deep breath in. We just have one more sequence to go. Breathe out. Other leg. Lean forward more, breathe in, reach through the crown, using your kind of back upper traps to lengthen out through the crown as you use your abdominals to tilt your pelvis forward. Breathe out. One more time. Tailbone back, breathe out. All right. Epic. High five, everybody. Cross your legs. Downward dog. Finishing cycle. You got this. You can feel the finish line. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot. Come into a high lunge. I really hope you love this really beautiful way we're working on this whole hip matrix. Now we're bringing the right elbow around the left leg for revolve prayer. I'm pulling the left hip back. I'm bringing the hands into prayer. I'm opening up the toes. I'm firming up my back right leg so the heel presses back. Crown reaches in opposition. Now make it about the breath. Feel your spine getting longer when you breathe in. Feel that you can turn from the belly more and let tension out as you breathe out. One more time. Do you remember the sequence? Right hand down, turn into side plank, or you can hold your left big toe and lift up into Vashisthasana for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're stepping the left foot into a lunge, dropping the right knee down. Okay, lower the intensity. Take the left foot towards the right. Press your pelvis back. Okay. Big, deep inhalation in pigeon. Now keep driving the hips back. Roll your right thigh in. So there's a rotation towards the left from your right ankle. The shoulders. Can you feel that rotation? So almost like the left shoulder is maybe an inch or two higher than the right. Breathe in. Now use your hands to press back. Breathe out. Grace under pressure. Stay calm. Breathe in even though there's intensity. And breathe out. Now bring the left hip on the floor. Draw the heel in. Take the right foot up and over. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Hug your left knee in. Cradle it. I love this practice, everybody. It feels so good. Now, I'm actually using the back of the right hip to pull this hip back. I'm using my forearm or my deltoid to press my right knee across. I'm trying to get into the muscles on the side right waist and hip. Breathe in. Breathe on out. If it's better back here, just keep your forearm on the floor. Breathe in again. Forearm on the knee. Breathe out. Last one. Crown long. Now, bring both feet together. Don't get bummed out if this doesn't come right away. Practice makes progress. So you're bringing your left elbow. The more I can get my armpit around my thigh, the better this is going to go. If I'm here, it doesn't work out as well as if I can bring my armpit around. Now my fingertips are pointing over towards the right, and I lift my hips up, and I just slowly lean towards my right hand. Drawing everything in. Bring your feet to the floor, hips down. Woo! All hard work's over, everyone. That's it. So open your legs up. Now, just for the sake of space and so you can see, but I'm turning towards the side. You don't have to do that. Upavishta to finish with. Okay, so my heels are the anchor point. My toes are alive. I'm lifting the hips up. And can we all pull the hips back as if the feet are one part of a slingshot and the sit bones are the other end. And I come down to the front edge of the sit bones. I get long in the spine. And then I'm using my hip flexors here to come forward. Jeez, don't do what I'm doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. I just want you to clue in that if you do this a few times, you're using your hip flexors. Lean forward and stretch. Breathe in, just turn on about 7 or 8% of hip flexor intensity to tilt your pelvis forward. Get your spine long, breathe in, and deep exhalation out. Now, come up. Bring the left elbow to the left inner leg. Now, again, to get into the adductors, it may seem like a while ago that we did this. Roll your thigh inwards and press your elbow and your knee together. Okay, now I'm going to scoop that left hip under the body. My right sit bone is going to lift up as I side tilt. Okay, so I've got to really get the right hip higher than the left. Now I'm going to breathe in, activate the left foot. You can even hold it with the left hand, and then pull that hip back. Right arm over the head, almost done. Breathe in. If you want to hold the foot, that's fine. Breathe out. Take a big breath in again. Take a big breath out, let it go. One more time. Okay, last pose, last side. Slow and methodically, internal rotation right thigh. Lean up. Okay, so here's halfway between my thighs. Here's over my right thigh. I'm going to lean in between there. Okay, so I'm leaning in between until I start to feel some kind of tug on my inner right leg. Then I press my elbow. Now I'm going to pull that right hip under the body as I let the left hip come up. I'm trying to actively press the side of my pelvis now onto my thigh. Now the toes again are singing soprano, and I'm dragging my pelvis back. Reach out through the crown. Just keep your left arm reaching, or if you have the room, the space, you can hold on to the right foot. Sometimes I like to really take my right hand on the left thigh. Breathe in. If it's really hard for you to do it with bent knees, breathe out. Left hips up off the floor, breathe in again. Slow it down, breathe out. Last breath of our asana practice, breathe in. Let go of all your worries, let them go, breathe out. Now come on back to center. You did it. You freaking did it. Lie down on your back. And this is the best part. Oh my God, this is where we get all the benefits. So just unwind your spine, turn your palms up, let your feet flap open. Soften your jaw. And breathe in. And now keep breathing a little bit more. And when you breathe out, drop your shoulders and your hips and backs of the thighs down. Relax your mouth. Now I'll say a little bit less, but tune into the rhythm of your breath and use the slow rhythm of the breath to calm the heart, lower your blood pressure a little. Let all stress out through an open mouth. Going to say hi. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Now the work we did on the adductors, again, those inner legs want to pull towards the center line. They help to stabilize you. But the long one, especially the adductor vagus, is really important for fleeing when we have the flight or fight response. So soften your legs. Breathe in and feel the pelvis rising up. When you breathe out, just let the whole left side of the body fall towards the left. Let the front side of the body lift up like a buoy in the ocean. And when you breathe out, the right thigh lets go of tension as it rolls open more away from the midline. Open the mouth, soften eyes, relax. All right. Stay relaxed. Let's just take 3 minutes of our day and do what we call embodied centering. Come on up slowly to seat. Whatever your preferred thing is to sit on, find it under your butt. Cross your legs. Close your eyes, and again, this is the capital Y yoga. This is what it's all about. The asanas, again, just the opening act for the main event right now. Feel your diaphragm descending down into the pelvis slowly as you breathe in. Let the air come out slowly as you breathe out. Long crown. We are relaxed, but the shoulders expand left and right. The ribs stay expanded left and right. On the up to down plane, the shoulders reach away from the pelvis.
little soft smile. Let your hands float up now as you breathe in, like we started. Make a ha sound, hands pressed down as we breathe out. Inhale up. Exhale, find the energy of the ground, ground your energy. Now arch back and breathe in. And I want you to, when you breathe in new possibility. I'm talking now specifically about your health. We're taught that we have to lose our health with age. We buy into this like society where we don't even play at average, we play at suboptimal level. But we have so much more potential than that. So breathe into the prana of the universe. And let go of the old stories that you have to be broken as you age. One more time, breathe in. And bring the hands slowly over the heart, just staying in this beautiful beam of kindness, of love, of healing. And before we finish, I would just love for you to send energy out to somebody in your life who needs this healing energy right now. Call it prayer if you want to, but let your kindness ripple out through the field so that those you love who need your healing energy can feel it now. And then lastly, everyone doing this practice now and everyone who ever does it, send them the best vibrations that the people they love can be healed. So it's not just one person in their firewood, but all our loves come together to make a beautiful bonfire of healing, of kindness. And we'll call that a practice. Namaste.